general has just issued a very stark and a very serious warning of what could be coming next and what could be happening. And a act like this from NATO and from the United States could potentially bring us closer to a nuclear event, to nuclear weapons being used in response to this plan that NATO and the US has. They have a plan to seize territory of Russia and also potentially seize Russian nuclear weapons. That is what a top U.S. Army general just warned Russia and just warned the world of. So let's get into this really quick. Let's watch this video and then we will talk more about it and what's going on and what this means and what could happen in the aftermath of something like this going down, because this could be the trigger for something big, or it could just be the fizzle out and the collapse of the Russian government potentially. So let's get into all this. I want you guys to watch this video really quick. This is talking about a top NATO commander who is part of the US military, and he is warning that NATO is making plans to seize Kaliningrad, which is a Russian territory in between Poland and Lithuania. So let's watch this.
President Trump and Ukraine's leader are said to be working on a deal that would supply Kyiv with additional American weapons in exchange for something the U.S. needs. This comes as one of the top American military officials has harsh words for Moscow. Here's Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin.
We're going to break down each part of the eastern flank deterrence line.
The top U.S. Army commander in Europe with a stark warning to Russia days after its former prime minister proposed launching preemptive strikes against NATO countries. General C.D. Donahue says NATO has a plan to neutralize and seize Russia's Kaliningrad, a missile-packed Russian exclave between Poland and Lithuania. Quote, "Our forces and allies can wipe it off the face of the earth faster than ever before," adding urgency to a new mega weapons deal being hashed out by Presidents Trump and Zelensky.
Ukraine can sell to the United States of America a large number of drones. In turn, I am discussing with President Trump so that Ukraine can buy the weapons, primarily air defense. This is truly a mega deal, win-win.
The U.S. would gain from Ukraine's battlefield expertise with converted off-the-shelf commercial drones like the ones that recently launched a surprise attack from behind enemy lines and took out most of Russia's long-range bombers.
U.S. bases are very vulnerable to this exact type of attack.
The Army just signed a $43 million contract with Epirus for a high-powered microwave counter-drone technology known as Leonidas, which creates a field of energy that pulses and fries incoming drones.
It is similar, very much so, to a force field like we've seen in the movies.
Defense Secretary Hegseth, building on the replicator program started under the last administration, launched a new drone initiative earlier this month to cut through Pentagon red tape so the U.S. military can buy drones en masse. In the meantime, Ukraine says it already has the technology and can help the U.S. military.
All right, so you heard that there. There was a lot packed into just that 2-minute video. But the biggest thing was General Donahue warning that they could, quote, wipe Kaliningrad off the face of the earth. This is a pretty serious threat and pretty serious warning. This is potentially like one of the most serious warnings I've heard coming from U.S. officials, at least, threatening Russia directly. Most of the time it's coming from Ukrainian officials or other officials, but now we are seeing U.S. directly starting to threaten them. And I think what's going on behind the scenes is that Trump keeps getting burned.